Hello, welcome back to week 4 of our criminal investigation class. This particular module that you'll be doing regarding search and seizure is probably one of the most important ones that we'll be doing here in order for you to get a total understanding of the challenges that an investigator has when he or she is investigating a case. To start things off with, just today, all the newspapers have got the headlines about the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court has taken on profiling by police. And it's a wonderful, wonderful decisions. The state's highest court on Thursday confronted the issue of systemic and implicit bias against black people during interactions with the police, issuing 3 decisions aimed at solidifying the equal protection under the law and addressing what the panel called long history of race-based policing in Massachusetts. The decision has created new avenues for people that are charged with crimes to argue that the racial profiling by police led to a traffic stop. Also, the fact that nervous and evasive behavior can no longer be proof of suspicious activity by a black person, and decided that a lawsuit alleging civil rights violations can be pursued even if the person is convicted of some crimes during the incident. Now, that has all kinds of ramifications for police officers, both investigators and patrol officers out on the street. I've posted the article on one of the modules, and hope you will read it and get an understanding. If you have any questions, please, again, I'm always available to answer any questions that you have in doing those. That article also goes to the fact when we're going to talk about legal issues is about totality of the circumstances. Is that when an officer goes beyond mere suspicion to do a search or a seizure or a pat and frisk, they're going to have to justify things in other means. And in addition to that, I'm giving you a lot of examples about search and seizure. I've posted the policy and procedure for constitutional requirements. These are very, very important because if you don't adhere to these constitutional requirements and follow the good practices of search and seizure, no matter what good case you could have, you could recover millions of dollars of drugs or money, illegal, any type of illegal activity. And if you don't do it correctly, it's never going to go to court or it's going to get thrown out of court. So it's just so important that you follow the rules. In other words, getting back to my saying that I'll be saying over and over again, in policing, there's no right way to do the wrong thing, and particularly in search and seizure. You're going to see a situation, a case where a dormitory was searched, Boston College dormitory. And for those of you that are living in dormitories, is that you may want to really read this because it shows the powers of the campus police. You know, our campus police are sworn police officers. They have all the rights of a regular police officer, like in Salem, and they can enforce. They can do search and seizure. They can do dorm room searches, and we get into the motor vehicle part of checking your car, particularly when it's on campus. There's also a search warrant application that you can look at for a computer. Those are the things. One of the things that happen when you go for search warrants and these particular things is that there's an old saying is that you can't go looking for an elephant in a pillbox. And what that means is that when you are filling out a search warrant, you'll see it particularly in that the search warrant for computer, is that you really have to articulate what you're looking for. So say I was going to search a person's laptop for financial fraud or any type of thing that is a criminal act that they're using the internet for, is that not only do you describe the laptop or the computer station or anything like that, but you have to put in the application that you're going to be able to search for cables, for printers, because printers have memory in them. You want to get that any type of CD. You want to look at a thing like a flash drive, because flash drives are small and they can be removed from the computer. But if it has all that damaging information and you find it in a small drawer that a computer couldn't fit into, is that you can't seize it unless you have articulated in your search warrant that you want to look at any and all auxiliary functions that can be used with a computer, you want to put those things down on your search warrant application, and going on those types of things there. So we're going to learn a lot about those types of situations. There's also a search warrant for the home of Philip Chisholm. Philip Chisholm was a juvenile charged with the murder of a Danvers High School math teacher, Colleen Ritzer. Very, very traumatic thing that happened here in the town of Danvers, and you'll see the lengths that the trooper goes to articulate what he is looking for as far as the house and the belongings, particularly cell phones. One other thing that you're going to need for is that you have to get a search warrant for a particular cell phone too. And so there's some applications for there. And so along with that is that we'll look in those constitution requirements in the search and seizure policy and procedure, and looking at those types of things there. I've also posted a couple of videos regarding Mapp versus Ohio. That was one of the first real good cases that was a federal case that ended up being monumental for police for searching a person's house in those situations. We're looking at different means of searches and search and seizure, looking at the situations with plain view doctrine, the exceptions to the rules on certain types of searches, particularly searching an automobile. Looking at the situations where exigent circumstances come in on search and seizure. We're going to look at cases where what's called the exclusionary rule, where evidence can be either admitted or tossed out by a judge because the proper policy and procedure wasn't followed in dealing with that. Also, the fact when you have to interrogate a person, the certain things that you have to do as far as recording that interrogation, as far as getting waivers, as far as getting witnesses, all those types of things there. And then also the fact that the real talent that an investigator uses when he or she is doing an investigation. I've also included an ABC News clip called The Interrogation Room, Inside the Box, and with a Houston detective sergeant that has got worldwide recognition for his tactics. I want you to watch that because you need to look at the talent that it takes and all that. And sometimes people who looked at that says, is he crossing the line the way that he's doing the interrogation? You're going to have to see for yourself and comment on those particular things there. So, all in all, this is going to be a class where there's a lot of reading and there's some video that's there, but you need to get a grasp for when we start talking about investigating certain types of crimes and the limits that the police officers have in doing that. And in particularly Massachusetts, our Massachusetts Constitution is a lot more strict than the federal Constitution. So when our courts are in session and the officer is going to go before a jury or a judge, is that it's very much more restrictive than on the federal level. So just beware of those types of things there that go on with that, and make sure that you have an understanding. Again, if you have any questions at all, please let me know, and I will be able to answer it for you. I hope that you're going to get a lot of working knowledge out of this particular module, and we'll then move on to other things. But just really take your time and pay attention to this particular one. So good luck on it. Have a good week, and I will be in touch with you as the semester keeps moving on.